Okay, in this video, I'm going to share 26 lessons I've learned in the last 4 years of running my own coaching business. My name is Lena. I built a following of over 1.5 million followers on Instagram. I'm the face behind Confident Woman, and I've made over 4.1 million in sales with my education business. I've also generated over 5 million followers for my clients and over 10 million in sales for them. Okay, so I'll just guide you through all the 26 lessons. So grab a notebook because I'm sure that at least a few of these will hit different for you. Okay, so I wrote them down here that I don't forget anything. So, first lesson. Followers means nothing if you attract the wrong ones. Let me explain. I've built a following over 1.5 million followers, which is huge. And you probably think like if you have a million followers, like you're making millions of money. And I did made over 4 million in sales, but not because I do have following of 1.5 million followers. I do bet that out of this huge following that I have, probably 0.1% is my target audience that I'm talking to. So therefore, you don't need a lot of followers, right? Definitely not. So I have clients, for example, one client, I just hopped on a call with her yesterday, and she told me that she made 2 sales this week and she has 292 followers. Another client has 280 followers and she made her first sale of 4,000. Another client has 400 something followers and she made her first sale of 3,500 euros. So it's 100% possible. There's another client has 2,000 followers, which is a bit more, but she made 20K in sales. So you do not need a lot of followers. You need the right ones. So instead of going, and this is now super important if you build your organic following, instead of going on viral trends and viral hooks and trying to do, get the most eyeballs and the most followers as possible, focus on the right ones. So be super, super specific with your content. That's a funnel that actually converts. That's a content that actually converts. If you're just that specific that you attract the right people instead of the wrong ones, because otherwise you're just building that huge following and you're thinking like, oh, great, I have more followers, I make more money. And then at the end, you got crickets and you're wondering why nothing is working, right? So instead of trying to build as much as possible, focus on quality. Like that's super important. Okay, first lesson. Second lesson, most people are not willing to do the boring stuff consistently. And this is a lesson I've learned, not with me, but with my clients, right? So in the past 6 years, I do coaching since 4 years. I'm doing business since 6 years. And in the past 6 years of me doing business, the most of the people, the most of the clients that I saw that for some reason didn't succeed, they were just weren't willing to do the boring stuff consistently. Because what actually works is consistency and volume. Like specifically, if you do, for example, organic content, you just need to post and you just need to post consistently. And you will make money, definitely. But if you just post for, let's say, 2 weeks and nothing is working, and you think nothing is working because you're just posting for 2 weeks and you just stop, nothing will work. And that's why if you do the boring stuff consistently, and it doesn't matter if that it's organic content, if it's doing sales calls, if it's having conversations with people, like if you're just doing that, doing things that are working on a consistent basis, this is what get you money. Yeah. So lesson number 3, money loves speed. And that's a lesson that I've learned the hard way. If you decide, and this is something that we do in our business, we decide within 72 hours. I'll give you a little story. On Monday, today is Thursday. On Monday, we talked to someone because now we're in this place. I have to go back. Now we're at a stage of our business where we scale, right? So we scaled already one offer in our business, and now we're about to scale another offer because we switched target audiences. We graded new offer, blah, blah, blah. So we're in the middle of scaling. And we talked to someone on Monday about to, hire some setters and, a sales team again, after running a sales team already for the other offer. And we literally just decide within 24 hours, not even, I think it was 5 hours, but in total, it was 24 hours of us getting a new setting team, right? Money loves speed. So whenever you decide on something, and it doesn't matter if it's hiring team, if that doesn't matter if it's starting something, like you just need to decide, because as soon as you decide, you can track if something is working or not. If you take weeks, months of deciding on something, you will never find out if that will work. If you just decide and just go for it, you will find out if it works. And if it doesn't work, you just go with another thing, right? So yeah, money loves speed. So decide, like that's a rule that I have in my business, is that decisions within 72 hours. Yeah. Okay. Lesson number 4, massive group coaching won't get you anywhere. And let me tell you, I'm talking about experience, is that the more, and I'm talking specifically about 2026, the more hands-on support, the more one-on-one support, the more in-person if possible, the more money you will make, because nobody wants to go into a massive group coaching anymore. Like people just got burned, right? People got burned. People bought all those massive group coachings. They got all the promises, like I get you from this to this within whatsoever time frame, and they just bought into that massive group coaching. So they came in, got a head coach, never talked to the actual coach, and they see no results because it's just that massive group coaching, and they actually build on community rather than results. So if you're a coach and you can build a one-on-one support that has higher prices, less clients, but an amazing fulfillment, this is how you make a lot of money the longest time. I'm run this business for 4 years now. It's nothing that you want to run for the next 2 weeks or next 2 months or next 6 months or a year. You want to run it over years. So therefore, definitely go with one-on-one coaching in person if possible, hands-on support rather than building a massive group coaching. Okay, lesson number 5. If you work with the wrong clients, it will hurt your business. Let me explain that. So, you want to decide with what kind of person you want to work with. Because if you're working with the wrong people, and I'm talking about people that are not in the right mindset to actually take action, that are not in your ideal client group, ideal client target audience, your program, your delivery, like the structure you build for getting people result will not be the right one for that specific person. Now, what will happen is that you're not getting results with that person. This person will just be unsatisfied. Now, what is happening if someone is unsatisfied? They will do a bad reputation. Worst case, they will leave you bad comments. They will leave you a bad testimonial, etc., bad reviews whatsoever, right? So it all comes down. It's not because your delivery is bad. It's just because that person didn't fit to your program. So make sure that delivery that you have, you get the right people in, because that's the only way how you can succeed with clients. That's the only way how your clients are successful. And that's the only way how you get testimonials. And that's the only way how you actually grow your business. Okay. Lesson number 6. You need to be good at marketing and sales, because being a good coach won't make you money. And it's something that, for me, I started with having a marketing agency. For me, it was pretty easy, but majority of my clients, I would say 99% of the clients that I serve, they just need to learn how to become good at marketing and sales, because that's what gets you clients. And being a good coach is what keeps you clients, right? So you need to be good at marketing and sales. And I see so many very good coaches out there. They have a great delivery, they have a great product, they getting insane results, but they're just not good at marketing. And this is why they're not getting clients, and this is why they're not good. And then they think their program is the issue. They think that they need to have better delivery, but they just need to learn how to market themselves. They just need to learn how to make sales, because that's what getting you clients. So the best skill that you can have as a coach is marketing and sales, and then you want to work on your delivery. Yeah. Okay, lesson number 7. Never outsource being a coach. And this is what I already talked about, is having a massive group coaching versus a one-on-one support. You never want to outsource yourself, like your coaching skills, your delivery, because as soon as you outsource, like you're laying actually the results of your clients in the hands of others. And that's something that would just burn your business, would just kill your business, right? So make sure that you being coach will always be you being a coach and never someone else. You can have people that can help for some reason. You can have people that will just help and, help the fulfillment, being an accountability coach whatsoever. For me, for example, I do have a mindset coach, and we also have like sales coaches in our programs. But when it comes to my method, my system, what I'm teaching, that's always will be me, right? Whenever I get people into my group coaching or into my one-on-one programs, it's always me. Like, it's always me that is teaching something. So never outsource that. Like, that's really, really important. You can outsource sales. You can outsource content, probably also not. But you can also sales, and you can also so many things. Like, you can hire a VA for all the things that you're anyway going to do, like all the automated things that you're doing on a daily basis, but never ever outsource you being a coach. Okay, I don't need a pen. Okay, so lesson number 8. Oh, that's a very good one. There's no passive income when it comes to having an online business. And I really want to talk about that, because I think that's a myth that some coaches are telling you, like, hey, do passive income and do this and do this. But if you do have a coaching business, you will never have passive income. You will create a lot of freedom. And when I talk about freedom, I'm more talking about the freedom of doing things versus you don't work anymore, right? Because if I think of passive income, and majority of the people think of that, is passive income is just you building something and it just sells and you don't do anything anymore, right? But this is not how it works. Like, especially with coaching, there's no passive income. You will make tons of money. You will have freedom, but you still got to work, right? And I think that's something that a lot of people just misunderstand, and especially, the younger generation, I would say, thinks that you can just have an online business and everything runs for you and you don't have to do anything. But that's just not how it works. Yeah. Okay. Lesson number 9. If there's no outcome, there's no income. And I think that's super important. I'm talking about that every single time in almost every session with clients, because there are people out there thinking, if I post twice a week, once a week, and my posts are great, I'll just get more clients and more money. And this is just not how it's working, right? Now, the more output you do, the more input you get with everything. It's content, especially if you have like an organic content funnel, especially if you work with organic content on socials, you do have to do volume and get content out there to get input. The more you do, the more you get. That's just how it works. Yeah. Okay. Lesson number 10. Your network can make you a lot of money. I'll tell you what, whenever we do think of hiring someone, whenever we do have a business idea or something that is going wrong possibly in our business and we do need help, we always ask our network. So make sure that if you are in, let's say, the coaching space, that you surround yourself with people in the same space just to support each other with little things. Sometimes there's just one conversation with a friend of us that is in the same niche that will get us from, I don't know, from 10K this week to 20K whatsoever in the beginning, for example, right? So make sure that your circle is tailored to whatever you're doing. And this, I'm not talking about networking events or something, right? I'm just talking about social media. Like there's just that one tool, which is social media, in which you can connect with so many people in the same space. Or I don't know, buying yourself into mentorings where they are just all those people that are doing the same stuff, right? There are different ways on how to do that, but your network can make you tons of money. It's not only having a tip. For example, when we hire, we always ask our network first. Like when we search for a new salesperson or whatsoever, whatever we're searching for, we always ask our network first. And then if there's no one within our network, then we go and ask someone else, right? Okay. So lesson number 11, you need to know your numbers. Let me explain. If you do not know how many conversations you need to book how many calls to make how many sales, you can't hit a specific goal. If your goal is to hit, let's say, 50K, 100K month, you need to reverse engineer. You need to know for that 100K month, what do I need? Like, for example, let's say you made 10K right now. What is the exact number of sales calls you did to make sense 10K? What is the exact closing rate you had to make sense 10K? What is the exact numbers of book calls you made or you booked to make 10K? And what is the exact number of conversations you made to hit 10K? If you know that number, you just reverse engineer and you just know exactly, okay, to hit 100K, I just need to do this 10x probably, right? And just know what you need to do on output to get that input. That's what I was talking about, right? The output that you get, the numbers that you go out with, for example, the post, let's say 10K, in order to get to 10K, I post it once a week. Then in order to get 100K, you probably need to post 10 times more, right? And as soon as you know this, you just hit your numbers based on knowing this will work because of the numbers. It's all a numbers game. Like business is just numbers game. Okay, lesson number 12. Your mindset decides on your success. And this is something that I see with people that are just starting out. This is something that I see with people that want to scale, want to higher their prices. No matter what you want to do, if your mindset tells you that this is not possible, you want to achieve that. I'm not a big fan of, that the whole thing of, how can I say it, spirituality or universe and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not that person. But I do agree that mindset is everything when it comes to achieving something. So you need to work on that first in order to hit the next milestone. If you're here just starting a business, if you think like, oh, this will be tough and I'm not sure if I'm the business person, you probably won't achieve that. But if you're going to that mindset of knowing, okay, like I do whatever it takes to achieve that goal, you will achieve that. That's why I do have a mindset coach within my programs, because I know that no matter if I have clients that are in the beginning or no matter if I serve clients that are in the middle of their journey, they all need mindset to achieve the next milestone. I need that too. And whenever we agree on, okay, that's the next step that we want to go, we just prepare ourselves. We just prepare our mindset basically to actually achieve that. Yes. Okay. So lesson number, and I have to switch here. Wait. Okay. Wait. We're not done yet. Here. Lesson number 13, be open to fail because you will anyway. And this is a lesson I learned the hard way several times within my business journey. Being an entrepreneur is like that, right? Like you'll be on top of things and you will fail. The only difference is that you won't fall that hard the next time. So you prepare. And this is something that one of my coaches told me back then, which was very good explained. He was saying like, you will always fall, but you just prepare for the next fall, right? Whenever you're at the very peak, you just prepare for the next fall and you're just getting better at falling, at failing, if that makes sense. So you will fall anyway. You will fail anyway. Like that's just normal. That's the only way how we can work, how we can learn, how we can make things better, right? By failing, we do have lessons. And those lessons are necessary in order to achieve more of or achieve higher goals, being more successful. Yeah, so prepare for that. Okay, lesson number 14. The answer is volume for everything you do. And I explained that already, is that for everything you're doing, whether it's content, whether it's conversations, whether it's sales calls, if you want to get better at sales, you do need to do more sales calls. If you want to get better at setting, you want to have more conversations. If you want to get better at messaging and content, you want to put more content out, because that's the only way how you can see what works and what doesn't work. If you want to get better at paid ads, you want to run more paid ads. If you want to get better at webinars, you want to host more webinars. Like, it's all volume that gets you to a point where you can track and analyze and see, okay, that is what working and that's what doesn't work. So volume. And everything you do, is just doing more of it will just speed the process and will just get you to more learnings and more data that you can track and analyze. Okay, lesson number 15, hiring and firing too slowly. So if you're hiring too slowly, you probably end up leaving money on the table. If you're firing too slowly, you're probably losing money because of the wrong people within your team. And I learned that the hard way back then. We had a team of 20 people, 5 closers, 5 setters, and we literally fired too slowly, right? So we had a person that we're not that satisfied with, and we thought like, okay, she's with us like for a longest time, and loyalty and stuff like that. And it just felt bad to fire her. But on the other side, we were just actually losing money because she was not performing. So I learned that the hard way. So if you see within your sales team, because at the end, it just hurts your business. And if it hurts your business, you need to make decisions beside being nice, right? I mean, we're the nicest people within our team. Like, our team is grateful for the environment that we built. But we also need to tell ourselves every single time that if it hurts your business, you need to fire fast. You need to make fast decisions. As I told you, 72 hours to make a decision is the same with sales teams. It's the same with firing and hiring, right? If you see that you need some people on board, get them in within the next 72 hours. If you need to fire someone, fire that person within the next 72 hours. Like, that's just important. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here's maybe a lesson also that I wanna talk about when it comes to firing, because I learned that from Alex Ramosi. And I learned that I think it was 3-4 years ago. And since then, I always use that. And it just gives me so much chills when it comes to firing. So if you need to fire someone, and it's a bit off topic, it's not a lesson, but it's something that I'm using. If you need to fire someone, you want to sit down with that person and you want to ask this person, do you see that whatever this person is doing wrong is hurting the business? And probably this person will say yes, because it is a fact. And you just say like that one thing, just saying like, that's why I need to fire you, right? And this gives me so much chills, because it's not like, hey, we made a decision and I think we need to, go separate ways, blah, blah, blah. You just see like, hey, do you see that this hurts our business? And this person will say yes. And you're just like, okay, that's the reason we need to go separate ways, right? That will help so much. Okay, lesson number 16. If you don't have a system, more traffic won't get you more clients. Here's the thing. If you're currently at 10K, and I see this often with coaches, especially with clients that are coming to me. If you're at 10K, 20K currently a month as a coach and you're getting people in, most people just try to get more people in to actually scale a business. But if you do not have any systems in place, and what I mean by that is that if someone comes into your DM, you don't have a proper system to qualify them, you do not have a proper system to get them on a call. Like, everything is just run by, it just works like that, and I just trying it out and finding out what works the best. If you don't have a system to actually deliver on your clients and actually get them results, more traffic will absolutely hurt your business, because everything will be unsatisfied. Like, every client will be unsatisfied. Like, you're probably running a lot of traffic. You're probably spending money into paid ads or whatsoever to get more clients, but you need to have systems first. So have a proper conversation framework to actually make sure that you get the right people into your program. Have a sales call framework to make sure that you have a good closing rate, have a very good delivery. And if all that is solid, then you can run more traffic into that. Oh, by the way, down below in the description, you will find a link with which you have the chance to work with us and implement this exact system that I use to make over 4 million sales for your coaching business. So just click down below and schedule a call with us. Lesson number 17. Don't be too kind if it hurts your business. And I talked about that just before, is that, for example, when it comes to sales teams, right? If you see that someone is not good for your business, fire this person. Otherwise, it will hurt your business. It's the same with clients. If you see that a client just drains your energy and for some reason just don't get any results, not because of your delivery, but because this client is not coachable or whatsoever, don't be too kind. Like, just say no. If there's a client asking for discounts, asking for, oh, I just don't have the money, can we just do an exemption? Can I just be a testimonial, whatsoever? No, because it will hurt your business. You will anyway need to invest time in that person. And if you're not making money, you don't have the time for clients that will actually pay you. So whenever someone hurts your business or whenever something hurts your business, don't be too kind. Just say no. And this is a lesson I learned the very, very hard way back then. And that's why I'm telling you that. So all those lessons I'm talking about, like lessons that I made in my business, right? So that's why don't be too kind. If it hurts your business, say no. Okay. Oh, yeah. Lesson number 18 is a very good one. Redefine freedom. It's not about not working, it's about doing what you want when you want. And I talked about that quickly before, is that freedom is defined by a lot of people of if I do have freedom, I do not have to work anymore. And this is not how it works, right? Making money, like you can't make money without doing anything. Like it's output and input, right? So if you want to make money, you want to work. Watch, for example, the content of Alex Ramosi. Alex Ramosi built I don't know how many millions in his business, and he's still putting out content every single day on all his platforms, like 10x whatsoever, like you're probably doing, because that's the way how you make money, right? So freedom, defining freedom within a online business is more like the freedom of do what you want whenever you want to do. So I schedule my own client calls whenever I want. I open my calendar on the days at the times that I want. I hop on live sessions when I want. I respond to clients when I can, right? It's my schedule. Like it's the way how I want to do things. And if I want to go on a vacation or a 2-day holiday during the week, then I'm just doing that because I do have the freedom, because I don't have to go to work. I do not have times on I check in on 9 and end my work shift on 5. That's not how it works, right? You have the full freedom to do whatever you want whenever you want, but you still have to put in the work. Yeah. Maybe not that much in your 9 to 5 job. I totally agree. But still, you have to put in the work. Okay. Lesson number 19. You will get haters on the way. Learn to handle them, and it's never about you. You will anyway get haters. You will get haters probably in your DMs. You will get haters probably in your comments. So whenever you put out something, you also get a bad input. That's absolutely normal. It's never about you. Never. If someone tries to drain you, whether it's a hate comment, whether it's a DM, whatever it is, something negative, people are trying to get people are trying to get you down below so that you're on the same stage as this person is, because this person probably never makes it to the stage of posting, of showing themselves, right? So you have to learn, you have to train your mindset on that those hates comment and those hates DM, whatever you will get, is never about you. And as soon as you learn that, as soon as it may click, like that won't be a problem anymore, trust me. Yeah. Okay, lesson number 20. You need to invest money to become successful, so stop being scared of it. And that's something that I can tell you, and this is not a joke right now. I can tell you that I invested way over 200,000 into education for myself, for our business, whether it was coaching, agency services, it doesn't matter. Way over $200,000 in total into our business. But that's how we made over 4 million in sales, just because we did get someone that went that way already. And we knew exactly, okay, if this person just helps us solving this one problem, like this will just 10x our business, right? Like you need to invest yourself. It doesn't matter if you're in the beginning, it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the journey, it doesn't matter if you're scaling, it doesn't matter if you want to hire a team whatsoever. Invest into yourself, into your business, because that will be like skill, knowledge that will always make you money, right? If you're in the beginning and if you do not know how to make sales, invest into someone that is already making that. If you have good traffic, but you don't know how to make sales, invest into someone that can teach you sales, right? So invest into people that can help you moving forward. That's the only way how you actually make money. That's the only way how we made money. If we would made everything our own, if we didn't invest a single dollar into someone else, we probably would never make 4 million sales. Never. Like I bet that we won't make that. Yeah. Okay. And we still have coaches, right? So for the next milestone, we're still searching for people. Like whenever we say we want to reach now, for example, now our next target goal is to hit 500,000 a month. And to do that, in order to do that, we got us someone that is doing that already. So he's now just teaching us all the things that we need to know to get to this goal. And that's how easy it can be. Okay. Lesson number 21. Care about your team. And this is something that I really want to point out here, because I see so many coaches having a sales team, having like whatever, a VA or a full-time team member, whatsoever. And they never run like a call with them. They never really care about them. They never really take the time to take care, because they just think like, just do the work. And this is not how you build a team, right? If you want to run a team, it's about leadership, yes, but it's about caring about your people. So I'll give an example. Our biggest team, we had around 20 people. It was Christmas, and we basically sent them like AirPods, iPads, just to make them feel more comfortable with their work within our company. So we sent them gifts, we sent them bonuses, like actual money. We invited them to. I remember one client. Sorry, I remember one team member. She was our best closer at this time, and we invited her to a spa day, right? Like in her country. We just doing stuff like that, because that is how you keep a team. Because as soon as your team is satisfied, is happy, is enjoying the work, you will automatically make more money, because you enjoy working way more. If they enjoy working way more, they will make a better job, and everything is just happier. Everyone is just happier and everything is just like, you just make more money. So care about your team. Like that's really, really important. Okay. Lesson number 22, care about your clients. So that's very, very much the same thing. You want to care about your clients. And this is something that I'll tell you that gets me the best sales in is if you care about your clients. My programs are absolutely hands-on, and I do get the feedback all the time that is something super rare within a coaching industry that someone is actually caring about their clients. And I think like that's the most important thing in order for you to get more testimonials and to make money is if you really care about clients. If someone tells me they hit a specific number of revenue or they just made a sale, for example, I'll give an example. Yesterday, I hopped on a live session with my clients, and it was a group live session, and there was one girl telling me that she hit a 10K sale, and she never had that 10K offer. I told her that in a call before. I was saying like, hey, we need to redefine your offers and need definitely to make it more expansive. She was like, no, I can't do that. She did, and she made a full payment 10K sale. And she told me that I was literally screaming, waking up my little daughter. She's 1 year old. She was sleeping just because I was screaming because I was so happy for her because I actually care about clients, right? They feel if you care about them. And if you care about them, they will give you like this will be like you automatically have a higher LTV because people are just staying longer with you, right? So therefore, care about your clients. You'll make more money, have better testimonials, less headache, and just enjoy your business even more. Okay, lesson number 23. And that's a very important one. Don't act like a business with opening times. And it's something I saw back then while running my own business with other people. If you have a business, you don't want to check in, clock in on 9 and check out at 5. You just want to answer whenever you can, whenever you have the time, whenever you have the energy to that, right? And that's the same thing with caring about your clients, caring about your business, caring about your team members, is if you just tell your team members like, hey, you can reach me between 9 and 5, that's not caring, right? Caring is if your team member, let's say your sales rep, is on a sales call right now and they have a specific issue and they can't solve it by their own, they send you a message saying like, hey, urgent, I need to have like some help here. This client is saying blah, 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 and I don't have an answer to that. If you don't answer because your timing is like it's past 5 p.m., you won't make a lot of money, right? So don't handle your business as a usual business. It's not like you're not acting like a store. You're not acting like an office. You are an online remote business. And that's why you just got to work when you just got to work and you just answer whenever you have the time. Not saying that you have to answer 24 hours, but if it's necessary to answer a sales rep because she's in the middle of a sales call and she has a struggle, answer that person. That's really, really important. Okay. Lesson number 24. We're almost at the end, guys. Lesson number 24. Educate yourself while you are on a journey. Never stop learning. And this is one thing that I do every single freaking day. Whenever I see, oh, there's a new strategy out there for something, I just go and educate myself. What I just talked about, if you're bad or not really good at sales, educate yourself in sales. If you're not really good at your mindset, get yourself a mindset coach. So you need to educate yourself every single day. I'm not talking about investing every day, but you can also just watch a YouTube video. You can also just get like a free resource from another coach, whatever it will be. But educate yourself every single day. It just makes you better, your clients better, and your business better, and you make more money at the end. Okay, lesson number 25. 2 more to go. Lesson number 25. Let me start like that. Don't save money at the wrong end. What I mean by that is get yourself people like a tax accountant, people like doing like your accounting, like tax consultant, people that are doing your accounting. Don't save at the wrong end. Like those are the people that actually keeps your business because those are the people that knows about keeping numbers, knows about all the kind of stuff that runs behind in a business, right? If you are building a serious business, get yourself people right from beginning. Like we do have a tax consultant since day one in our business. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have that business anymore, right? If you pay with bananas, you will be surrounded by monkeys, right? So there's no chance that if you save money on those things, that your business probably just doesn't work. And the people around you that are helping you within that are just not good. So don't spend money at the wrong end. Like literally, like get yourself people that have a clue, that know shit about those topics. Okay. And then last but not least, obvious advice, obvious lesson I learned, done is better than perfect. Regarding content specifically, if you want to get content out there and you try to be absolutely perfect, I do say that if you do have a premium brand, you want to have premium content, but done is always better than perfect. Because if you do not do an output, I talked about that, you don't get any input. So if you do not post something, even though it's not perfect, you will never have data and you can never track if something is working or not, right? So done is better than perfect. Just get it out there, just post, just do the stuff. And you will learn by doing that and you will get better. You will get to the perfect stage that is perfect for you. You will get there. But you need to post the done content to become or to get the perfect content, if that makes sense. Now, if you're struggling with implementing a system that gets you consistent clients for your coaching business, I put a link down below in the description with which you're able to book a call with me and my team to find out how we can implement that system for you. So book that call either with me or my team and see you soon.